Are you ready to travel to the darkest, most evil parts of Montana? Because that's where we're going with this latest EP, baby. Oh yeah, what's up everybody? It's your boy Matt Diazable coming at you with some new music reviews. Thanks for coming on back. Thanks for finding me. If you're new to the channel, you're the best. Today I'm checking out a band called Dreadknight with their latest EP called What Lies Beyond the Night. If you're unfamiliar with this band, Dreadknight is a thrash slash, metalcore band based out of, if I'm saying it correctly, Bozeman, Montana. And they're a relatively new band, and I'm super excited to talk about this band because they hit me up for a review, and I love it when small time bands are looking for more coverage and think that my channel is worthy of that. So thank you guys for hitting me up. Really appreciate it. Their music is, like I said, a cross between thrash and metalcore music, and it's all shaped by like living out in the wilderness of Montana, because the band is based out of Bozeman, but really they started the band much more north of this place, and apparently it's a very empty place with a lot of mountains, forests, and so that really helped shape the sound of this music. And so I gotta say, Montana, if this is what y'all are making, I gotta say, kind of impressed. Because I gotta say, this EP from Dreadknight, What Lies Beyond the Night, it's a thrash fueled journey that just grabs your attention from the opening moments of the song, Pallid Embrace, and it never really lets you go. It's in a very enticing listen. And so the EP kicks off with some really crushing riffs, icy and very hard-hitting drums that really set the tone for this little EP. And that tone is tight musicianship with very gritty and commanding vocals. When I heard this opening track, I was just like blown away by how just groovy and how heavy the riffs sound. And then also the bass lines, they're very deep, very rich. And so during some of the densest like parts of the song, this band feels so alive. The music feels very lived in. And throughout the whole song, there's very subtle touches to the production to give the songs a lot of room to breathe. I'm really surprised by the pacing of the song, how much is done in such a short time, and how tight the band sounds. They got good production. I was very, very impressed with this opening song. So here's a small clip of it. As you turn gray. For being such a small time band, they have such a large presence from the get-go, and I'm, like I said, thoroughly surprised. And throughout the next song, Your Sword, Your Sentence, Dreadknight does a really good job at demonstrating, their ability to balance out precision with power. The riffs on this track have a voice of their own, are just sounding so massive. The drums maintain a very steady and very compelling pace, and then the vocals sit just really nicely in the mix, so they deliver a very intense performance here that really keeps the listeners locked in and quite engaged. The EP even takes a little bit of a darker tune with the title track, What Lies Beyond the Night, with a very slow acoustic interlude that adds a very nice and impressive haunting atmosphere. It's impressive because they enhance the sound of this acoustic track with some like water effects and whispering vocals to really make it very atmospheric, like you're in the forest of this dark environment. But I will say, the particular like mix and volume of this song, from going from the two opening songs, very high, good mix, then it gets really quiet, like it's really hard to hear this song, and then the mix goes right back up for the other songs. So in terms of like production, mixing and layering, I don't think they did a really good job on this, but it still creates a nice atmosphere that I want to play for you real quick. It's a little small in the mix, and it might be a little bit clunky and stuff, but I see what they're trying to do by adding something to the EP where it's not just straight thrash metal. They're trying to create a little environment here. And also, I just had this like moment. It reminded me of the first Bring Me the Horizon album. There's an acoustic track on that album called 15 Phantoms Down or Deep, and it's like a slow atmospheric acoustic track to really build out and flesh out the album. and I feel like these guys are kind of doing that as well. You know, could be better, but still impressive that they tried to do that. And so the EP kind of like revs back up with the song The Hurting Dawn, where there's some really good galloping riffs and very fast-paced drums that are creating pure headbanging energy. And at times the bass playing on this particular song kind of dips in and out, so you can't really hear it, but there are moments on here where it really matters, and so it really makes up for those lost moments of being lost in the mix and everything. So it does have some authority here and there. And then the song This Water My Grave continues that whole momentum of some stop and go style riffing and just some old school thrash metal vibes. It's really impressive how they're able to capture these thrash metal moments and metalcore moments throughout this whole EP. And so it's really cool that, you know, Dreadknight is not, you know, scared to switch up their formula a little bit and try and keep things more like interesting, while also keeping the flow of the songs and the overall EP still very seamless. And closing out this EP, they have the song Through the Cracks in My Fingers, and the band kind of alternates between, you know, slow, intense passages to more blistering, fast riffs, demonstrating both their technical skills and their very dynamic range. And with this particular song and the overall vibe of the band, especially the vocals, if you're a fan of Darkest Hour and very early 2000s metalcore that has a very like good groove to it, there's going to be a lot on here that you're going to like and admire. From the thick and pulsating bass playing to the nice cymbal work, everything on this song feels so alive. So here's a small clip of the final song, Through the Cracks of My Fingers.
I've waited so long to share this with you. Where has he gone? Where is the man I thought I knew?
They do a good job of pulling things back a little bit and showing their like slower side here. And so what this EP, What Lies Beyond the Night, it proves that Dreadknight, you know, they can deliver very solid and gritty thrash style metal with moments of introspectiveness and good atmosphere. But what's most importantly, I think what I realized about this band is like this EP and this band is just a small glimpse of their potential in the future. Like I can see this band making some really good music, and this is just a small blueprint of like their future to come, because it's really like impressive listening to this band for the first time. I was like legitimately like, whoa, these guys are pretty good, like right when I started listening to it. So giving it up to Dreadknight, What Lies Beyond the Night, this latest EP from them, Montana thrash metal. I have to give it up to them. Good and solid. 7.5 out of 10. Links down below. Tell me what you think about this band. What are some Montana bands I should check out? And until next time, guys, see you in the pit.